10 players entered a game. One by one, they were eliminated. One player was declared a winner. One player was revealed as the mole. As Season 2 draws to a close, we will bring back the players, talk with them about the challenges, talk with them about their thoughts on playing the game. We will also talk to Piper Bunny, the winner of Season 2, hear about how she played the game. We will also hear from the mole, see how Wild Wolf sabotaged a game and strategies he employed. And finally, we talk about Season 3, where you may get a chance to play and see if you can determine who is the mole. All right, everybody, welcome to the reunion of Season 2 of The Mole. We're here in our reunion studio, and as you can see, we've got quite an audience here of people who are here to watch the reunion. Let me just pan through these people. So welcome to all of the Mole fans. Now here before you, you see the positions for players to take as I call them out. This position is the first person eliminated, all the way over here to our winner, and then of course the throne for our mole. So, eliminated first. Come on out, Gizmo Dude, age 1103, Time Lord from the planet Gallifrey. Now, second eliminated was Caddick, age 35, Sith Lord from the planet Korriban. He couldn't be with us, so that's an NPC of him. Next eliminated was Lizzie, age 8, a student from the USA. Next was Danny, age 19, a Duff promoter from the UK. Next eliminated was Puppery, age 28, an engineer from the USG Ishimura. Next out was Minotaur, age 18, part-time plumber, full-time savior of the galaxy. Next up, eliminated, was Extra Fun, age 19, professor of smiles from the UK. Extra's not here currently, so that's an NPC. And our last eliminated player, Desil, age 23, a lumberjack from the UK. And again, Desil can't be here, so that's an NPC. Our winner of Season 2 and last year's mole, Piper Bunny, age 26, a storyteller from the UK. And last, and certainly not least, our mole for Season 2, Wild Wolf, age 30, cubicle farmer from Galactic Sector ZZ9, plural Z Alpha.
Woo!
Boo! Yay! Boo! Yay!
So before you, you guys see all of our players from Season 2 of The Mole. So first off, I just wanted to throw it out there. What did you guys think of Season 2? Just your generic experience. We'll get into challenges in a little bit.
It's good.
Stressful at times.
Very frustrating and tense because I knew nothing that was happening this season.
Did any of you guys feel that Season 2, if it was your second time playing, if the first time helped you, didn't make a difference, or if playing once before actually hurt you this season?
Me. Playing once before helped me because I was always thinking, what would the mole do? If I was the mole, what would I do?
I think it hurt me. I played it too casual. I was much more focused in Season 1. Season 2, I was just too laid back.
Hi.
Hi.
I was the mole.
Hi, Wolf.
Wow, that's awkward. Yeah, no, seeing the first season of The Mole, for me, helped me try and do things differently than the way Piper did, because I didn't want people to think, well, Piper did things this way, so Wolf is doing the same thing that Piper did, so he must be the mole. I kind of wanted to do things a little bit different and a little more subtle, I think.
Yeah, I noticed that about both the moles.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Since we've had quite a few challenges this season, let's go ahead and start going through the list. And what I'll do is I'll name the challenge, tell how the players or the mole did, and then you guys can pop in and say any thoughts on the challenge. In particular, obviously the mole talking about how they played it, players talking about maybe if they struggled, maybe if they acted like the mole, things like that. So, our first challenge was challenge number 1, Hot Feet. This was our parkour course. You guys failed this challenge, giving the mole 200 diamonds. So, thoughts on that challenge?
It
I
was
think
pretty
Pup
hard.
should go first.
I should go first. Okay, I want to refer our fans to Minecraft Edge, posted September 15th, 2011, and go to 11 minutes, 40 seconds and watch there. And yeah, I suck.
So you weren't acting like the mole then, Pup?
No, I think the main problem that I had with that is, for one, I wasn't very good at it, and then midway through, when I kept falling in the lava, I panicked and tried to rush through it to catch up, but it didn't work.
Now, also, I'd like to add that Desil struggled with that challenge too. And I think early on, at least for the fans, Desil and Pup were early choices because of that first challenge.
Now,
sorry.
Go ahead, Mario.
That made me think Puppy was the mole because I didn't think the parkour was too hard. So when I saw her keep failing, I thought, you can't be doing that on purpose. But apparently he wasn't doing it on purpose. Sorry.
All right, any other thoughts on that one?
Yeah, for me, my tactic on that one wasn't to fail it. It was to get our best 2 people into one group. And if you watch the beginning of the video, I think it was Gizmo and Extra, to be in one group because they're our best people at parkour. And I felt that if they were in one group, their group would succeed. And the rest of us are just so bloody bad at parkour that we would fail. And in order to, one of our commenters did get it right on the first challenge. I did fall down once on purpose. But the majority of it was getting our best 2 parkour players into one group.
All right. And the one group was close to, completing it in time. They were off enough that it was a fail, but, there was a chance.
That was why I fell down.
Hey, I was in that group.
Mm-hmm.
But you were channeling the Pipester in that one, so you actually did that pretty well.
That's only because I had the easiest leg. I have written down in my notes, if I was the mole, I would have gone first or last. But you went second, so obviously that didn't work.
All right, well, let's move on now to the next challenge, which was challenge number 2, Don't Get Trapped. Now, this was the one that Lizzie won, and there was no points because she took the elimination. So, again, this was the challenge where you were all standing on that circular pattern. You would move a block, replace it with a red block, and keep moving around until you were pinned. So, any thoughts on that challenge?
I had such a good idea on that challenge to actually trap myself in so that nobody else could trap me, but I did it way too early.
I think that one was a favorite, though.
Yeah.
That was definitely fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Glad I won.
And that one was another way for me to sort of differentiate myself a little bit from Piper in being the mole, where on that one I couldn't do anything to, blow the challenge for the players other than win it myself. So I tried really hard to win it myself. When that failed, I tried to get as close to Lizzie physically as possible. thinking that she would look for advice to whoever was standing next to her. And she did, and she asked me first what she should do. And knowing that at least Piper and possibly Gizmo would disagree with what I said, I kind of said that maybe she should take the diamonds.
But I didn't.
You didn't, no.
Right, you told her to take the exemption.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Disagreeing with what I said.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Which
I
worked
wanted
out
to
well
ask.
for me.
Wolf, I wanted to ask you because I know you'd give me a good idea, but you weren't the mole at first.
Yeah, that was primarily trying to get two people, or at least one person, to disagree with me. And I know that if Piper says something, Lizzie's going to listen to her. And if it's anything, pretty much any of us, if Piper says something, they'll listen to her because she's wise.
And nice.
Aw.
It's because
But yeah.
she reads so many books.
My difference in this game was to be manipulative, not to throw things, but to make people do what I wanted them to do.
Yeah.
All right.
Wish Extra was here to kind of rub that into him a little bit, but he's not. So.
Any other thoughts on challenge number 2? Don't get trapped before we move on.
I want to do it again.
Same.
Yeah, it was a good challenge. I really enjoyed it.
I love that game. Can we do it again, like 5 million times?
We'll get on that. All right, so let's talk quiz. Now, obviously, this was Gizmo's exit. Gizmo, Lizzie, Extra, and Caddick, all 4, only got 2 right. And Gizmo was the slowest. Therefore, he was eliminated.
Yeah, I was an idiot, to be honest. I wasn't really
Aw.
focused during season 2, so that was my downfall as well. I put all my answers on Mario just because I don't know why, I just did, and that was stupid. But the second person I was going to put all my answers on was going to be Wolf, so I kicked myself really hard once I found out Wolf was the mole. But them's the look of the draw, really, isn't it?
Yep. Now, Lizzie actually was about 20 seconds quicker than you. So it literally could have been Lizzie first out if you would have been just 20 seconds faster. All right, so on that quiz also, Mario Pup DeSille only got 3 right. So that was actually a pretty poor showing for DeSille, who was our runner-up in a sense. Danny got 5 right, and Piper led the way on that quiz with 6 right.
Yeah, I split my answers. I put 3 on Pup, 3 on I forgot to seal here. It must have been Wolf, and then I put 1 or 2 on Mario and Extra, because those were the people that I was thinking maybe.
Yeah, I just kind of randomized my my answers that time because I had no clue who it was.
Yeah, I mean after
Same.
the first 2 challenges, you just don't know. It's really hard to
Yeah.
you're suspecting everyone, and
Like,
it's
I remember I did this, but I put that the player was male, but as the mole, I picked Lizzie.
yeah. I've got at the bottom. I actually voted Pup for the mole on the first quiz.
You thought I was the mole?
Pup. Oh, sorry.
You were one of my suspects, but I think Mario is my other one.
That's funny because you were mine.
Yeah, Mario, what got me down was me suspecting you. It was you. But you were the mole one.
And that's really a key point to this game. The first episodes, you really don't have much of a clue. So it's really hard to put your votes on one person. And if you do that, it's probably a sure sign that you're going to go out unless you were right. So it's best to kind of split it up, and Piper did that. And you'll see as the game progresses here, Piper was always one of the top 1 or 2 people on the quizzes. But let's go ahead and move on now to challenge number 3. Now, this was the challenge that was invented by Mrs. Belboz, and that was find the diamonds. Now, in this challenge, you guys earned 72 diamonds. So this was the one where you were going out and unearthing a block, and if it was a diamond, you guys got it. If it was empty, nothing happened, and if it was red, it was a strike.
I'm quite curious. Sorry, go on.
I think this is where I started suspecting Mario the most, and then Wolf was the second because of how many. Wolf got more diamonds than anybody else, but I think he got the most strikes. But Mario got the less diamonds and more strikes, or something like that. I don't remember it, but
Mario had 3 strikes. I had 2.
Yeah.
And I believe Wolf only found 1 diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was between Mario and Wild Wolf at that time.
So were you actually trying to get the air ones, or were you aiming for the strikes? How were you playing it?
I was playing it. I knew that I couldn't only get air and strikes, so I had to give you guys at least 1 diamond.
Yeah.
So I was trying to do sort of a mix of the two, but I didn't want to get more strikes than anybody else. So I was keeping track of how many strikes I'd gotten, so that there was at least one other person, or I think it was actually 2 people that got as many strikes as I did, and 1 that got more.
Yeah, Mario got 3 strikes, you got 2, and Desil got 2.
And yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I was like in the mix, but not like obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was because Mario got the most strikes that I was suspecting him over you. But I also noticed that you got the less diamonds. That is it.
I've actually got written down in my notes here, Pup seemed to head straight to red.
And she was drawn to red like a magnet. That was crazy.
All right. The next challenge in our second episode was the Blind Man's Maze. And in that one, the 200 diamonds was earned for the mole. So that was the one where you guys were split into teams and had to direct one of your partner through the maze. Now, this is a funny challenge since Extra's not here. During his run, the pizza guy showed up. So at his door. So we had to actually pause so Extra could go pay for his pizza and then come back. But thoughts from you guys on the Blind Man's Maze? Because I think this was one definitely where Desil did very poorly. And other players struggled too, but your guys' thoughts on that one?
Yeah, on that one I was with Desil, and he sent me down every wrong possible route he could have before the right one, which made me think, obviously I thought maybe he did it on purpose, but that's what made me think Desil was the mole, and then that pretty much blinded me for the rest of it, which led to me going out, but I still lasted a little while longer.
It was kind of hard because Piper made me go down 2 of the wrong passages. Piper, can you please make me go down the right one?
Did that make you suspect me as the mole, Lizzie, or not really?
No, it didn't.
Well, I think me and Lizzie actually spent a lot of time playing tic-tac-toe while we were waiting for other people to run around. I've got all my notes and I've got Lizzie won, Lizzie won.
During the little prep time beforehand, before we went out, Katic and I were actually trying to come up with a strategy.
Okay, what was your strategy?
He was going, we figured out, like, he'd say, like, left or right, and he was going to tell my left and right, not his. So that, you know, he doesn't go right and I go left because it's my left and his right.
Okay.
I think everybody tried that, but most of them failed knowing which way was left and right.
Yeah, I didn't really have to do a whole lot on this challenge because Extra kept going the wrong way. Like I would tell him to go one way, he'd go the exact opposite. Then I would, you know, for me it was just a couple of little beats, and then at the end, like he'd go the wrong way, and I would take a second to notice it, And I'd be like, no, go back the other way. You're going the wrong way. And then at the very end, a little bit before the end, when I realized that he still had like a couple of seconds and he might possibly made it, I led him down the wrong path and then told him to wait for a second because I couldn't actually see. Like I had a hard time actually seeing the end of the maze. It was sort of all blending together. So really, that part of it was legitimate for me at the end. But I was trying to lead him down the wrong path, and I ended up leading him down the right path and then the wrong path when I was trying to lead him down the right path. And so yeah, the end just got messed up because I couldn't see the end of it.
Yeah, that was one of the ones that was kind of hard to tell who was the mole because you couldn't see what the other person was doing. Because when I went and watched it, I was actually going, "Oh, that was so obvious! You were the mole."
Yeah.
Because you sat there and were like, hit, oh, this way.
Well, the only bit we
actually,
knew
the end bit I couldn't see. Literally, I couldn't see what the where his turn was. That was actually like the funny part about being the mole on here is literally when I say anything, people have suspected me for being genuine and not suspected me when I was actually lying, which I find hilarious.
All right, so let's talk our second quiz. Now, obviously, Caddick was eliminated. Caddick and DeSille only got one right, but Caddick was slower. So this was really DeSille's weakest game, series here. These two these two challenges on this episode, he was almost knocked out. It was about a minute difference. I think DeSille tries to answer him as quick as he can, and that saved him. Pup and Lizzie both only got 2 right, so they were very close to being eliminated. Extra and Mario got 3 right. Danny got 4, and Piper once again had the most right with 5.
I've got a note written here saying that I voted for DeSille on this one. Like the last question, who is the mole? I did put DeSille, but I split my votes between Wolf, Mario, and DeSille.
All right, well, let's move on now to challenge number 5, Get Me Out of Here. Now, this was the one where we had all the pressure plates on the ground, and you guys had to work as a team to get Piper and Lizzie out of where they were locked up. Sadly, you guys didn't make it, and this one earned 200 diamonds for the mole.
That one was hard.
Yeah.
This one was annoying. That one was. Not because of anything that Bellboss did or anything, but because I literally wasn't playing legit, and I was like, people are gonna suspect me as a mole for not being able to do this. I would walk over it, and Piper would say to walk back, and I think mumble lag was enough.
Yeah.
To cause it where I would walk over something, and she would say walk back, and I would walk back, and then she would say stop after I had already walked over. Watching the video again, it's literally incredibly frustrating because I was trying so hard to be where she told me to be, and it just kept being a split second off, and I kept missing where she wanted me to be.
Yeah, I've got notes written down here saying Wolf took time, Pup did too, Extra did okay.
Well, we walk over them, and you say the light lit up, and I don't know if it was because we kind of go off the path that we were on, because we just zigzag back and forth on there, and I was backing up one at a time, and I was like, here, and I couldn't find it again.
Yeah, I did think we had a good strategy with it. We just ran out of time.
Okay. The next challenge, number 6, was story time. And you guys did very well on this one, and you earned 240 diamonds. Now remember, this was the one where I read you the story. We were at that village, and you guys had to run around and find the items and throw them back to Piper and Pup, who were going to put them in the proper chests. So, thoughts on that challenge?
It was really fun.
Yeah, I loved that challenge. It was a really good challenge.
I did too.
I actually was suspecting Pup a little bit at this point, and I think Pup said you want to be a sorter, and I was like, oh, I'll do it too. So I kind of paired myself with her because I thought she potentially might be the mole at this point. And then at the end, I've got a note saying all wolf. So I don't Yeah, I think I was split between Pup and Wolf at this point.
Yeah, on this one, I think we actually had a short disagreement on when I grabbed an item that I was actually in the list, and you didn't believe me that it was actually in the list.
Yeah.
And this one I also played legitimately. I think at this point, which challenge was this one, boss?
6.
So yeah, at this point we had already done 2 full episodes, and you guys had, no offense, done so poorly to that point that one, it was like starting to feel a little bad that I was just going to destroy you, and 2, that you guys weren't going to have any fun playing the game. If you just kept losing. So there were a bunch of challenges where literally either I just played legitimately or won them for you.
Any other thoughts on the Storytime challenge?
I remember I was just looking for items because I completely forgot what the story was. So I was just running for items and then throwing them back to whoever the sorters were. So, yeah.
All right. Well, in this third episode, Lizzie was eliminated. Her and Minotaur both tied with only 4 right, but Lizzie was the slowest. And it was about a 10-second difference on this one.
Whoa.
So Mario almost was eliminated here, but Lizzie was eliminated for being slowest. Pup got 5 right. Danny got 6. Piper and Extra tied with 8 right. And Desil actually got 9 right in this quiz.
Yeah, on that quiz, I voted for Puppery again. Since each episode I swapped, so like episode 1 I voted Puppery, episode 2 Desil, 3 Puppery again, and I did that for the whole thing until I was eliminated. And then so in the challenges I concentrated on those 2, and I barely looked at Wolf at all until I was eliminated when I worked it out.
Oh. I was just going to say, like I said before, I split between Pup and Wolf.
All right, so let's move on now to the next episode, challenge number 7, more brain teasers. In this challenge, 200 diamonds went to the mole, and 100 diamonds went to the players. Now, this was the one where I think Pup and Piper were in the first room with the first brain teaser. Extra and Mario were in the next room, and I think Desil and Wolf were in the last room. And Desil and Wolf were the only ones to get their brain teaser right.
And this was literally just one where I didn't have any notes that I took from Boz. I just took that we were going to have math questions, and I was like, okay, well, I'll get mine right. And went to my room and sat there with Desil. We did it.
I'm really annoyed at myself with that one because it was an obvious answer. I just didn't get it. I think under pressure, you just don't get these things.
The second room was actually significantly harder than the third room. I would never have gotten the second one, legitimately, at all.
All right, so the next challenge, challenge number 8, was Return of the Piggies. And you guys did very well on this challenge. You earned 470 diamonds.
I think it was easier this time than it was last time.
How was it easier, Pup?
I just thought the animals cooperated better and moved better this time around than they did in the season 1.
Could that be with the update of the AI?
It might have been, because they seemed to... when you pushed them, they moved better.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just they seem like they were easier this time than they were the season before.
Yeah, I found it a lot easier to push pigs into pens.
Yeah, the pigs definitely cooperated a lot better. This is another one where the mole was dormant. Didn't do anything. Just played.
I've actually got a note written down here that Mario wanted to be with Danny. I just wondered if that was did you suspect Danny of being the mole at this point, Mario?
No, I just wanted to go with him.
Fair enough.
I never suspected anyone apart from Puppery and Desil. It was just those 2 for the whole thing. until I got eliminated.
Okay.
It's funny because I suspected Mario for like half of it that I was in.
All right, so now when we hit the quiz on this one, Danny was eliminated. Danny only got 3 right. Pup got 4 right. Extra got 5 right. And Piper, DeSille, and Mario all tied with 8. This was Mario's strongest quiz.
Yeah, on this one I voted for DeSille, so I don't know how I got 8 right, but yeah.
Well,
Yeah, for
DeSille
the-
was partnered with Wolf in most of this, so that could be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
And-
went for all Wolf on this one.
I went all Mario on this one because I was certain it was Mario.
All right, so let's move on to the next episode. This started off with challenge number 9, the quest for diamonds. And this one earned you guys 200 diamonds.
Yeah, I think Extra did this one, really, didn't he? I didn't. How did you play this one, Wolf? Because you obviously wanted to be one of the people giving out the answer. Did you stall it at all?
No, not even a little bit. No, I played this one completely legit.
Okay.
This one, we were at the point where there were enough of you left that thought it was me, that I had to try and get as much suspicion off me as possible. So it was just play the game. DeSille did a really good job this time of, I think, deflecting some of the attention towards him by completely misunderstanding the clues.
Yeah.
While I was trying to work out what the item numbers were for, he was sending you guys after mossy cobblestone, which was kind of helpful. But no, I was going as fast as I could trying to find data values for things.
And if you guys remember, this challenge was where Extra kind of glitched right at the end as he was running to the final mat. And that threw some people off. Not only about you guys, players-wise, but some of the people watching thought that maybe that was Extra playing a game. But he did make it back in time.
Yeah, I remember all of us just sort of standing there yelling, "Extra run! Extra run!"
And also that one, if you watch it back after the fact, was funny because Extra did dig right there, but he only dug 1 block and was like, that's not here. And then he was getting ready to leave. So he almost talked you guys out of that being the right location.
I think at the end, one of us suggested killing Extra so that we could grab the stuff off him.
Yeah.
But it just turned out we were in a no PvP area, so we couldn't even do that.
All right, so in challenge number 10, you guys went back to school, and Wolf did win the challenge and gave the diamonds to the players.
I was really annoyed with this one because I thought at this point, because I thought of Wolf being the mole, I was hoping everybody else did. So I was hoping people would keep their halts for Wolf, and nobody did. So I think I was the only. Oh no, Extra halted Wolf too, but I was like, because I think was it Mario? No, Pup and Mario kept halting each other, or Extra kept halting them, and I was just like, no, save it for Wolf. In my head, I was thinking that.
The end of this challenge was really hard for me. Just because once again, before this challenge, and after the last quiz, the producers had talked to me about people knowing that I was a mole and to sort of back off a little bit. So I literally, like at the end, when I won and I had to make the decision, it was a very difficult decision to make. Like, what should I do? I mean, if I took the exemption, then, that's just another thing that'd be like, oh, well, he's totally the mole. He took the exemption. If I gave the diamonds, then, I mean, gosh, you guys got the diamonds. and I didn't really want you guys to win that much more. There was one challenge later on that I was really banking on mathematically to help me win, but this one was just agonizing.
If that was the case that, I'm gonna say, if the producers had told you that, why did you win it? Why didn't you let one of the other players either have to make the difficult decision?
I didn't win it on purpose. I was just answering questions.
Yeah, but didn't you know the answers?
Some of these I actually threw away all the answers to because I was going to play them legitimately.
Ooh.
And this was definitely one of them. I didn't know the answers going in. I just guessed.
Oh wow, we so played it differently because even if I was going to play it legitimately, you know, I still had the answers, so I could work it either way. That isn't playing it legitimately at all.
For me, legit,
But...
yeah. For me, legit was throw everything away and play it for real.
Oh, okay.
Now, and just understand that was his decision because I sent him the information for all of the challenges, or met with him to give him like a run through. So him not using the quiz answers was his decision. He actually did receive the answers from me.
Yeah, I had the answers. I just threw them away.
Oh wow.
There were a couple of them where I literally I took the answers and I didn't do anything with them, or I completely tossed them.
Oh, I couldn't play that like that.
It was a tough decision before the quiz, or before the room thing. I was going to just, win and take the exemption. But then I decided to just play it, and I was surprised at how badly everybody else did.
I did horrible.
And really shocked at how well Desil did.
Yeah, he doesn't even watch the videos.
Which kind of gave me a little bit of a boost in winning anyway, was that, if Desil did so well and was one block away from winning, of course I'm going to do better than that.
All right, so let's talk quiz. Obviously, this was Pup's elimination. She only got 3 right. Extra had 4. Minotaur got 5. Desil got 8 right. And Piper got 9 right. So... again, Piper had a very strong showing. Desil bounced back from his previous lower scores. But your guys' thoughts, Pup? I mean, this was obviously where you were knocked out.
I think I put everything on Mario because Wolf was playing too legit and too straight for me to suspect him. That all changed the next time around, though. That all changed.